Team Penske driver Austin Cindric was penalized by NASCAR following his on-track incident with Ty Dillon last weekend at Circuit of the Americas.
Austin Cindric just got hit with one of the biggest penalties of the season. 50 points gone, and everyone watching was stunned. But what really happened at COTA? And why did his own teammate turn on him right after his comeback win? Austin Cindric, the young driver behind the wheel of Team Penske's legendary number 2 car, just got hit hard by NASCAR, and fans are still trying to wrap their heads around it. In what has become one of the most talked about moments of the 2025 season so far, Cindric was penalized 50 driver points and fined $50,000 following an on-track incident that officials say crossed the line.
Cindric was fined $50,000 and also docked 50 points. The penalty dampens a solid start to the season for Cindric.
It all went down at the Circuit of the Americas, better known as COTA. During the race, things heated up between Cindric and fellow driver Ty Dillon. After getting nudged by Dillon, Cindric responded with a move that NASCAR later labeled as intentional contact. Dillon's car went spinning on the front stretch, and it didn't take long for the incident to catch the attention of race control. After reviewing the footage and telemetry, NASCAR ruled that Cindric's move violated its member code of conduct. While the fine was steep, what really rocked the racing world was the 50-point penalty in the Cup Series standings. Before the race, Cindric was sitting in a decent spot, 11th in the standings. After the penalty, he was dumped down to 35th. For a driver hoping to make a deep playoff run, that's a devastating drop. A 50-point penalty handed down to Cindric following an incident with Ty Dillon at Circuit of the Americas had him mired in 35th in the Cup Series standings. And yet, the sanctioning body stopped short of suspending him. That's where the debate really started. Some fans and fellow drivers pointed to past incidents, particularly those involving Chase Elliott and Bubba Wallace. That resulted in suspensions for similar behavior. But NASCAR explained their reasoning. The speeds at COTA are lower, and the layout of the road course provides more natural runoff areas. In short, the danger level wasn't as high. Still, not everyone agreed. Ty Dillon, the driver who got turned, made his opinion clear. He questioned why more serious action wasn't taken, especially when it came to consistency and discipline. On the other hand, others, like Eric Jones, backed NASCAR's decision. They said the road course context made a difference, and Cindric's move, while aggressive, didn't have the same implications as a wreck at a high-speed oval. For Cindric himself, there was no public outburst, no dramatic denial. Instead, he handled it with professionalism. Speaking to the media, he said, "It's not up to me to decide. It's up to NASCAR. A penalty you definitely have to accept and work hard to make it up from." Cindric said of the penalty he received, "It's not up to me to decide. It's up to NASCAR. A penalty you definitely have to accept and work hard to make it up from." That attitude might not have made headlines, but it showed maturity, a trait that's become more evident in Cindric's career over the past year. This situation also shines a light on the larger pressures facing Team Penske. The number 2 car isn't just any ride, it's one of the most historic in NASCAR. Previously driven by champions like Rusty Wallace and Brad Keselowski, it carries expectations, and Cindric, at just 26, is trying to build his legacy under a pretty big spotlight. What's remarkable is how quickly he turned the narrative around. Just a few weeks after the COTA controversy, Cindric bounced back with a huge win at Talladega. In a wild and unpredictable race, he held off Ryan Preece in a dramatic finish to take the checkered flag. It was his 3rd career Cup Series win and his 3rd playoff berth in 4 seasons. For someone who just took a massive hit in points, it was the perfect response. That win didn't erase the penalty, of course, but it proved that Cindric could take a punch and come back swinging. It also reignited questions about what this young driver's ceiling might be. His early Daytona 500 win in 2022 announced his arrival. His 2024 playoff run showed his growth. And now, in 2025, despite setbacks, he's showing resilience and race-winning capability. There was even more drama off the track after Talladega. In the final laps, Cindric didn't follow a drafting plan agreed upon with teammate Joey Logano. Logano wasn't happy at all. In a radio rant caught live on air, he dropped multiple F-bombs, accusing Cindric of blowing the strategy. The tension carried into the post-race meetings at Team Penske, which Cindric admitted were a little awkward. "It's always awkward, right?" Cindric told Bob Pockras of FOX Sports. "It's one of the larger challenges of doing races like that when you expect so much out of each other and rely so much on each other." Still, he didn't take the bait. He downplayed the feud, saying, "It's one of the larger challenges of doing races like that when you expect so much out of each other and rely so much on each other." The focus, he said, was on communication and improving as a team. And if that wasn't enough drama, Baseball Hall of Famer Chipper Jones jumped into the conversation, publicly backing Cindric and calling out Logano's behavior. It added another layer to what was already a chaotic week. Yet through all the noise, penalties, radio rants, awkward meetings, Cindric has kept doing one thing: delivering solid results. Without the 50-point deduction from COTA, he would be 10th in the standings. And the few poor finishes on his record, most were out of his control, like a crash at Atlanta and a battery failure at Martinsville. For Penske, it's not quite the dominance they're used to, but it's progress. Cindric is now running inside the top 20 regularly. He's closing out races he used to fall short in, and he's keeping his cool in situations that could easily throw a young driver off course. No one knows yet if Cindric will become the next great Team Penske champion, but what's clear is that he's no longer just a rookie riding on a big win from the past. He's evolving, he's learning, and he's fighting for every spot on the track. The penalty at COTA was a wake-up call and a controversial one, but it may have also been a turning point because since then, Austin Cindric hasn't backed down. He's leaned into the pressure, silenced the doubters, and reminded everyone why he was given that iconic number: 2 car in the first place. And as the 2025 season continues, there's one thing fans, rivals, and NASCAR officials can agree on: Austin Cindric is not going away quietly. If you're into wild NASCAR drama and comeback stories, hit that like button, subscribe, and let us know your take in the comments.